For the first time in 22 years, Liberty Professionals have been relegated from the Ghana Premier League after drawing blank against King Faisal. They needed a win to avoid relegation, and when they drew 0-0 at the Sokka Stadium yesterday, that is the last round of the Ghana Premier League matches, they have been relegated from the competition since they qualified into it in 1997. And also, they've been joined by Ebusua Dwarfs. Despite beating Bechem United, they were also relegated from the competition after qualifying about 7 years ago. We'll also be talking about boxing, where Manley Spain continued to talk about his vision for the boxing community if he's given the mandate to lead the Ghana Boxing Authority. And Al Ali continued to dominate the African terrain after winning their 10th Champions League title. I am Muftau Nabila Ablai, and this is AM Sports on the AM Show. Let's start with Ghana Premier League stories, where Accra Hearts of Oak on Saturday were crowned champions of the Ghana Premier League, despite losing their last game against Wafa. A sumptuous free kick from one of the star men of Wafa for this season, Augustin Boache, ensured that the party for Hearts of Oak was destroyed momentarily, but they still walked away with the Ghana Premier League title as they won it with a game to spare when they drew 1-1 against Liberty Professionals.
Hearts of Oak, Wafa wrapping up the Ghana Premier League. Wafa denied with a header from Kunedu Yadom. Robert Adu scoring full marks with that clearance. It was Wafa pushing Justice Tosuche, a mouthful for the Hearts of Oak defenders, as the Bontin's cross was well kept in by goalkeeper Mensah. Tosuche again denied by the woodwork. That was a very good strike from Tosuche, and Esubontin drawing rings all afternoon around the Hearts of Oak defense, sending this cross. Agbelvo's ball was feeble, saved by Mensah, and the goal mouth melee didn't result in a goal. Hearts of Oak dealt with it really well. Efriye Barnier got this one across the face of Paul, but Kunedu was at the right place at the right time. First half ending goalless. Back from recess, they showed desire, they showed great ambition, and they kept really posing a lot of threat for the Phobians. Lawrence said you come with this cross, but it went straight to goalkeeper Ben Mensah. Salifu Ibrahim, Fatal goes over it, and Saboche, then Robert Adusoa denied by a good save from Sabi Akwa. And the moment of pride and joy for Wafa arrived when Ate Yusufu stepped forward and converted brilliantly for the opener and the only goal of the game.
Yeah, brilliant finish, brilliant strike, brilliant effort. There was a goal that was going to win this game. It was going to come down to these fine margins here. It was a clean goal, really.
Handing Wafa a win over Hearts of Oak. But most importantly, is a crowning moment. All the investment Tugbe Afede has put into this side
in the league throughout.
But this generation of Hearts of Oak players and technical men will be extremely excited. There you go. The Phobians are champions of the Ghana Premier League. They have their Premier League title. Congratulations to the Phobians.
Yeah, congratulations to the Phobians. Finally, the wait is over. Finally, they have their hands on the title which they've deserved. Samuel Brady is the man with his army of Phobian players who never said die throughout the whole campaign. There were moments where many thought they were down. There were moments where many thought they were never going to reach the top. But here they are. They have reached it, and they are celebrating.
And draws.
And the party for the Phobians continue because they say that they are going to celebrate this unabated. They've gone 11 years without success, and after finally laying their hands on that trophy, it is time for them to celebrate and let everything sink. As Hearts of Oak were celebrating at the very ground, despite losing to Wafa, Liberty Professionals were crying after drawing 0-0 against King Faisal on the last day of the Ghana Premier League. They needed a win to secure quality. Them was Salah Sete, a former champion, under-20 World Cup champion, and he has been speaking about how difficult it has been for him and his technical team, also saying that this result has absolutely nothing to do with the boys, and he believes that when they revisit their books, they will find the areas they will need to strengthen so that they can come back to the Premier League soon.
Well, it's a game well balanced on both sides, well determined, both teams trying to refusing losing a game. So it raised the game to a level where both sides worked very, 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 very hard, which couldn't go too well for goal scoring. But all the same, the level and standard of the game was very, 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 very impressive. And I have to congratulate my opponent, King Faisal, then congratulate my team too. Though we were expecting to be winners of the game, but it didn't happen. But better still, football, yes, my Muslim brothers and friends will say, Kun Faya Kun. What will happen will surely happen. What the good Lord has said that it will happen will surely happen. And that is what happened. Because we were very, very determined, creating opportunities for goal scoring, but we couldn't get through with it. And that simply explains that the game should be 0-0 for both.
Now let's take a look at the results for match day 34 in the Ghana Premier League. It started on Saturday where Great Olympics were 2-1 winners over Dreams FC. Ashanti Gold also spanked already relegated Interlife 7-0, and Wafa defeated Accra Hearts of Oak 1-0. Despite this result, Hearts of Oak were still jubilating because they have already won the Ghana Premier League. Asante Kotoko miraculously sat at home and lost to Elmina Sharks, whilst Liberty Professional also drew 0-0 against King Faisal. By virtue of this result, King Faisal maintained their status as a Premier League team, whilst Liberty Professionals have been relegated for the first time in 22 years. Mediama SC were also 1-0 winners over Brecum Chelsea, and Legon Cities came from 2 goals down to defeat 11 Wonders by 3-2, and Cape Coast Busuan Dwarfs, despite beating Bechim United, have also been relegated. They won by 2-1, and the other game was Kaola United versus Ediana Stars, and Ediana Stars won that game by 2-1 on match day 34 in the Ghana Premier League. We also have an idea about how the table looks like after the Premier League season came to a close. Accra Hearts of Oak, they completed the season with 61 points, followed by Asante Kotoko with 57 points. Then at the bottom half, you have Interlife rooted at the foot of that table on 26 points. Liberty Professionals also relegated. Unfortunately, they had 40 points, but they couldn't qualify. And then King Faisal also had, it was another Busuan Dwarfs who had 41 points, but still, they couldn't maintain their status as a Premier League team.